There we are. How long has it been? There we are. Let's see here. I finally pulled everything inside, gave this a trimming and stuck its trimmings in here. I think I've also got some pieces of... is that spruce? What is your name? Picea. I do believe Picea spruce, alongside gardenia. Then we've got all of the rest of them, some of them with more roots than others. This being my specimen with a piece of lichen growing in the rocks. It's cute. For now. Perhaps it'll evolve in time. But for the time being, I think that... Come on, arms. Hang on here, I can't do this with only one hand. God. There. There we are. Let's see here what pieces. This one here is a bit of an experiment in its own way. Just more Portulacaria afra. Don't know what type it is, a sub-breed. But, it's just growing directly against a, terracotta planter with a little bit of chattel over the top to protect the roots until they become established. I'll know it's established because they'll crawl up the side of the rim. And then, of course, I just started cutting apart trash to give myself more pots, because Grandma handed me a piece of mouse ear after I helped waterproof areas around her place. My only two surviving African violets, they literally came back from the grave for me. So I think they're okay now. And then, of course, I've got so many in the way of these adorable little... so many. All just leaf cuttings. Oof. And of course this ridiculous thing, you can still see the huge jagged shards of charcoal, indicating that the vast majority of its inner portions is just charcoal, and it's perhaps the healthiest jade I've ever had. This one's very new. I got it because I like the fact that my grandma has some of them as well. It has a very nice flower. I think it's called the crab cactus, though many people just call it the Christmas cactus. So many bits and bobs. There's, yes, some water in there that I'm trying to... It's blooming. Just look at the brilliance of that red. Oof. Speaking of brilliant red... Mr. Artemis, what have you to say for yourself? Oof. Basically every windowsill, I've set everything, everywhere, every survivor so far. It's its own spot. Very happy this one survived. It's beautiful, I love it. Perla von Nuremberg. Let's see here. My grandma would be so happy to see that the stick she gave me became so large. Not a single original leaf remains, yet this one's so small. I hope it survives. This one, I can't say it's either alive nor dead, a state between the two. And then these three, They're an experiment to try and grow these as slowly as possible, and I must say it's working. Just reducing the area of dirt that they have to expand their roots inside of does a tremendous amount when it comes to restricting growth. So perhaps smaller pots are indeed a good idea, and then to these I've applied the exact opposite principle. They must have only started off in something like that, so very small. And the larger of the two I went ahead and put in the shallower of the pots, just because it seemed more appropriate. I don't really know why. And then the smaller of the two with ever so slightly craggier bark. If I could show you the way that this bark is cracking, it's unique. I don't know why but this is the one that had almost died about 7 times. And it's developing some really interesting characteristics. Oh my goodness, what are you doing down there? Where? Oh my fucking god! Oh! Where are you all? Cat count. Time to do a cat count. Okay, you're all there. You're the cutest little thing. There we are. This is the one that had almost died as of recent because the shattered pot is elsewhere. I just surrounded it with some of my, most corroded pennies in the hopes that maybe its roots will be able to suck just a little bit of the corrosion up off of there because I have a feeling it's got a mild copper deficiency. This is only a feeling. I'm only doing it to one of my Schefferella. Ah! Oh, didn't drop it. Let's see here. The purpose of this one here is only to soak up the water off of the table when I go and mist all of these, as they've all seen some trauma. Even this one has seen trauma. I had to put it just in a super deep pot for the time being. It used to be in one of those, but I don't have any that I want to put it in right now. Thank goodness these, although they rolled across the entire front yard, they didn't die in the process, and I was able to just gather them back up. And there's all of my cuttings. Some of them, like this one, have roots. That's a, do you believe it's going to be a red hibiscus? Haven't a clue what it could be. And then some of these have just been added yesterday. And then some of this bamboo. I know it's supposed to be edible, but the cats keep eating it, and, well, I know that the Portulacaria afra is also edible, and cats keep eating it. I could eat it right now if I wanted to. I'll prove it's edible. Sour, too. Very crunchy. So extremely crunchy. So sour. God, I need a drink. I think I'm gonna go drink some straight lemon juice after that. Whew. Okie dokie.